Most AI films don't feel cinematic because every clip feels disconnected. You can have amazing AI generated shots, great visuals, even good sound design, but the moment you stitch everything together, the cuts become very obvious. And the reason this happens is actually simple. Most AI video models only generate up to around 15 seconds per clip. So if you're creating a 1-minute film, a 2-minute film, or even longer, you're basically combining multiple separate generations together. Sometimes even a single scene can contain 3, 4, or 5 different AI clips. And during editing, you start noticing the problem. The background sound changes, the pacing feels off, and every transition suddenly feels robotic and isolated instead of natural. In this video, I'm going to show you 2 simple editing techniques I personally use in my recent AI films to fix that problem inside CapCut. We're going to go over J-cuts and L-cuts, basically simple audio transition techniques that make your AI films flow much more naturally and feel more like a real movie. And once you understand this, your cuts immediately become far less noticeable. Before we jump into CapCut, let me quickly explain the core problem a little better. When you generate AI videos separately, each clip usually comes with its own isolated atmosphere. The ambient sound feels different, the pacing changes slightly, and even the emotional rhythm of the scene can feel disconnected. So even if the visuals look good individually, once you place them together on a timeline, your brain immediately notices the separation between clips. And that's one of the biggest reasons AI films often don't feel fully cinematic. The goal here is to make those transitions feel invisible. And the 2 techniques we're going to use are the J-cut and the L-cut. A J-cut simply means the audio from the next clip starts playing before the visual changes. So imagine you have clip 1 and clip 2. While you're still watching the visuals from clip 1, you're already hearing the audio from clip 2. That early audio transition helps your brain naturally prepare for the next scene before the cut even happens. Now, an L-cut works the opposite way. An L-cut means the audio from the previous clip continues playing even after the new visual clip has already appeared. So the visuals may change first, but the previous audio overlaps slightly into the next shot. And that overlap creates continuity between both scenes. These 2 techniques are extremely simple, but they remove a lot of that robotic feeling that happens in AI-generated films. Now let's move into CapCut, and I'll show you exactly how I apply both of these techniques step by step. Alright, here we are inside CapCut. Let's start with the first technique, the J-cut. Just like I explained earlier, a J-cut means the audio from the next scene starts playing before the visual cut happens. So first, import your 2 shots, shot 1 and shot 2. Now to create the J-cut, we want the audio from shot 2 to begin while the visuals from shot 1 are still on screen. Go to the ending section of shot 1. Move your cursor toward the center transition point between both clips, then step back around 10 to 20 frames. From there, split the clip. You can use Ctrl B to make the cut quickly. Now you notice shot 1 has been divided into 2 sections. Take that ending piece and drag it upward so it overlays on top of shot 2. What this does is very important. At that exact point in the timeline, the visuals from the previous shot continues, but the audio from the new shot will start playing underneath. And because of that overlap, the transition immediately feels smoother and more connected. You'll even notice the timeline shape starts looking like the letter J, which is where the name comes from. And once you play it back, the scene suddenly feels much more continuous instead of sharply disconnected. Now, there's another method where you extract the audio separately and overlay it manually. But the approach I'm showing you here is completely free, simple to apply, and works perfectly well for AI filmmaking workflows. Now let's move on to the L-cut. Clear your timeline and import shot 1 and shot 2 again. This time, instead of cutting the end of the previous clip, we're going to cut the beginning of the new clip. Go to shot 2 and trim out a small section from the beginning, however many frames you want. Then take that small piece and drag forward so it overlays onto the ending section of shot 1. Now the new scene is still visually showing while the audio from the previous scene was still underneath it. Again, this creates continuity. Your transitions stop feeling isolated because the sound now connects both clips together naturally. When you compare both approaches side by side, you start to see the difference very clearly. Before applying J-cuts and L-cuts, your AI clips feel separate. The audio doesn't line up properly, the visual change feels abrupt, and the entire film gives off that stitched together feeling. But after applying these techniques, everything starts to flow. The audio and visuals no longer switch at the exact same time. Instead, they overlap slightly, and that small overlap is what creates a natural cinematic rhythm. And this is really the key idea behind everything we've done here. We are not trying to change the content of the clips. We are simply making the transition between them feel invisible. Once you understand this, your AI films immediately become more watchable and more professional without needing complex editing tricks. After this stage, you can move on to things like color grading and other finishing touches. But this is one of the most important foundational editing skills for any AI filmmaker because it solves the biggest problem in AI editing: continuity. It reduces stress in the editing process and makes your final film feel far more intentional and polished. To wrap up, J-cuts bring in the next audio early, and L-cuts let the previous audio carry over into the next scene. Both of them work together to remove that robotic, disconnected feeling in your edits. If this video helped you, give it a like and leave your questions in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Lights out.